Hi, I'm Art, and welcome back. In this one, we're going to be talking about how to determine a good deal on rental property. You may have seen several methods and techniques on the topic, such as the 70% rule that states, an investor should spend no more than 70% of a property's after rehab value, or ARV, on a property. That includes the price you pay for the property itself, as well as any estimated repair costs. Another technique is the average price per square foot method that states, take the average price per square foot and multiply it by the square footage of your property. If your home was 1,200 square feet, our calculated after rehab value would be $120,000. Or maybe you've heard about the 2% rule that states that if the monthly rent for a given property is at least 2% of the purchase price, it will likely cash flow nicely. It looks like this. Monthly rent divided by purchase price equals X. If X is less than 0.02 or the decimal form of 2%, then the property is not a 2% property. While each of these methods or techniques may have their place, they're cookie cutter methods that are taught by real estate gurus to the masses. No cookie cutter method or technique can be applied to all properties to determine if a rental property is a good deal. What these canned formulas don't allow for is the individual risk tolerance levels of each individual investor. You can't apply the same function and formula to you that would apply to me with respect to my level of risk or comfort when it comes to determining profitability of a rental property. Everybody is different. Let me go on to say this. What may be a good deal for you, for the reasons that I just stated, may not necessarily be a good deal for me, or vice versa. And with that being said, for the purposes of this video, we'll call a good deal a situation or a property that is capable of financially supporting itself while producing a positive monthly cash flow. We'll call that a good deal. Given that, I'll say that there isn't a quick strategy or calculation that you can simply apply to every rental property situation and get a magic number that will make you happy. However, what does exist are proven valuation methods coupled with neighborhood or area comp research. These will tell you what you want to know, and I'm going to share them with you in the upcoming videos. For now, what I'm going to show you is two oversimplified formulas to help you determine if a property is a good deal for you. Now, they're drastically oversimplified because I don't want you to overthink this. And for the sake of this formula, remember, PITI, when you see that, is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, or your combined mortgage payment. Number one is a perfect scenario. If the property requires no repairs and can be purchased and rented immediately. Purchase price minus value of the property equals above, at, or below market value or market price. So now, monthly rent minus your mortgage payment minus savings deposit equals your plus or minus cash flow. And that'll determine right there if the property is a good deal for you, if it has a positive or negative cash flow. Obviously, if it has a positive cash flow, it's a good deal. However, is it a good deal for you? So what the savings deposit is I believe in paying yourself first or along with the other debts. So it's a necessity. So you have your monthly rent minus your mortgage payment minus can you put money into savings for that property or into your general savings account, 10%, 20%, whatever percentage your comfort level or your tolerance level allows for. After you do that, do you have a plus or do you have a minus cash flow? This is how you'll determine whether or not the property is a good deal for you. Now, the second scenario is if the property requires repairs. Purchase price plus repairs minus as-is value of the property equals your market value, above, at, or below market value. ARV after rehab value equals similar repair and sold properties within the area. In this scenario, you're looking for rehab comps, not comps that are similar to the as-is price. You're looking for comps that have been repaired or remodeled. Okay, keep that in mind. You're looking for your as-is value coming in, and you're looking for your ARV or your after rehab value on the back end coming out. The ARV should be greater than the purchase price plus the repairs. Then we have our formula down here. Monthly rent minus mortgage minus savings deposit equals, again, plus or minus cash flow. So now in this scenario, you're doing the same thing, but you're adding the repairs in there. And obviously, your purchase price plus what you put into the property to repair it to get to the ARV should be greater. The ARV should be greater than what you put into it, or else it's going to be negative. It's not a good deal after you rent it out. You make repairs and so forth and rent it out. Keep that in mind. As is value coming in, ARV on the back end coming out. You always want your ARV to exceed purchase price and your repairs. So with these two really oversimplified yet powerful tools, you'll be able to get a handle or a grasp on how to determine if a rental property is a good deal for you. However, if you noticed or paid attention, there are key variables that are missing that we haven't talked about. And those variables are: how do you calculate the as-is value of a property? How do you calculate the ARV or after rehab value? And also, we didn't talk about repair costs. Well, we're going to do a deep dive on those topics coming up in video number 4, so stay tuned. So in this one, we talked about 3 very popular cookie cutter methods to calculate profitability of rental properties. We also talked about how they don't necessarily work for each and every property, and they definitely don't work for each and every investor. We also talked about redefining, quote unquote, what a good deal is. And we redefined it as a good deal being a property that is financially able to support itself and provide a positive cash flow at the end of the month. Lastly, we talked about these oversimplified formulas to help you calculate or determine if a property is a good deal for you. So that about covers it for this video. We packed a lot of information into this one, so don't rush into the next one until you have a firm grasp on everything that we went over. If you need to, play it back, take notes over and over again until you get it under your fingertips. So again, as I said, that's about it for this one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks.